Has anyone ever poured oil on your head? This is a very common and nostalgic practice in Indo-Fijian households, used to cure various ailments such as headaches, colds, aches and pains in the body. Now, growing up, we just thought this was a funny thing that our mothers and grandmothers did. Little did we know that these practices stem from the ancient practices of Ayurveda. So welcome to Gap-Saraakaa. I am your host, Neely, and I'm thrilled to be sitting here with Irene Prasad today. Thank you so much for joining me, Irene.
Thanks for having me, Neely.
Of course. So Irene is a Ayurvedic wellness coach, holistic nutritionist, and Ayurvedic bodywork practitioner. I got them all right?
Yes, that's correct.
So today, as you may have gathered, we're going to talk about Ayurveda. And Irene and I know each other from way back in the day. We grew up together, family friends. So this is a really great collaboration, and you're my first interview. So this is very special to me and very exciting.
It is very exciting.
So shall we dive right in?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Ayurveda.
So Ayurveda is a traditional system of medicine from India and the Indian subcontinent. It is considered a science because it's been something that's been practiced for a long time, over thousands of years, and something that we practice from actually Ayurvedic text. So while there is like this element of it being like a village medicine and something just, people carry because it's natural and holistic, there is much more to it. It is like something that's been studied and practiced and recreated so that it can become an actual science. It's just been around for a long time, and many Indians, whether they believe in the practice of Ayurveda or not, they still incorporate a lot of practices into their own life.
Yeah, like they may not even know that it stems from Ayurveda. Like kind of like similar to my opening, we didn't realize that when our mums would say like, oh, beta beto mur me tel tog de, like they're actually bringing this in from these ancient practices. And even pouring oil in the ear, like that's another practice as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's just so ingrained and incorporated in our life that we don't even think of it as Ayurvedic until you learn about it, and you're like, oh yeah, I can't believe that was all, like there was an actual reason for doing these practices.
Yeah, actually, many years ago, I was referred to this practitioner. Her facility was called Body Lines. And one of the things she made me do was stand in front of like this metal thick wire. And what she was doing was assessing my body alignment. And, like when we have like an upset stomach or a headache, another thing that our mothers and grandmothers would do is say, oh, altuma nara dekle, right? And they're like doing the same thing. So it's fascinating to see that things that would happen back in the day are actually being brought back in now and being like practiced more.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing right now. Yeah. Like Ayurvedic herbs and Ayurvedic practices, like they're being incorporated into like the biohacking scene, or just the wellness scene.
I don't even know what the biohacking scene is. What is that?
Oh, okay. Biohacking is just like increasing your longevity, like being
love
in
it.
peak optimum health,
yeah.
and and so even those like ancient practices are being brought back, marketed in a different way, but it is stemming from Ayurveda. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what intrigued you about Ayurveda, and what, kind of inclined you to get into practicing it?
Well, like we said, we grew up with it, but actually had no idea what it was, or that there was such a thing called Ayurveda. And it wasn't until I was in holistic nutrition school out in Toronto, there was a module in Ayurveda, and I was like, what is this? I can't believe this is a thing, and I need to know more about it. And so then I self-studied for many years, and then eventually now doing formal schooling for it. So yeah.
Okay. And so are you still like, even now after years of practicing Ayurveda, still like taking courses and classes on it as well?
This is like ongoing. You could be studying this for 30 years and probably not know everything there is to know about it.
Okay. So it's like you've incorporated it as a regular part of your career, pretty much, in your journey.
Yes.
Is continuing your training.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just in the Vedic sciences.
Yeah. And you also now conduct workshops and do the training as well, right?
Yes. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like teaching it and doing all the bodywork practices.
So in your opinion, what would you say are some of the key concepts of Ayurvedic practices?
For me, I look at everything through the lens of the 5 elements.
Mm-hmm.
So in Ayurveda, there's the 5 elements. It's space or ether, wind or air, fire, water, and earth. And when I look at a person, I'm like looking at them through the lens of the 5 elements. And it's like, oh, this person's got a lot of air in them. This person's got a lot of water in them. When I'm like looking at my food, I understand it from the elemental perspective. And so in Ayurveda, this is like the basis.
Yeah.
The Panchmahabhutas, and based off of that, there's also something called the doshas, which form constitutions, and this is just in every matter on earth. Like everything has a constitution to it, and is made up of the 5 elements, and that's just how I learn and study, and it's just the lens I look at the world through.
Yeah. So you said the Panchmahabhutas.
Yeah.
And those are the 5 elements.
Yes.
And then from there it's broken down into doshas.
3 doshas.
Okay. Yeah. And what are the 3 doshas?
The 3 doshas are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
Okay.
And most people know about those because whenever you do a personality type quiz,
yeah,
you do these quizzes, they tell you your dosha, but there's a very simplified way of it, and maybe not always the most accurate, but it is just like a fun way to like, just to figure out, okay, this is why our personality is the way it is, because we have a lot of this element in it, and maybe not so much of this one, and it's just a fun way to get people into Ayurveda as well. So
okay, so those personality tests are kind of more like on the surface, but then if you were to explore it further, your traits and your being pretty much are very much tied to the dosha that your body is in.
Yes, that you came into the world with.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're born with one, but then many other things in our life can cause it to shift and change depending on like what life cycle we're in, what events have gone in our life, maybe current health conditions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can rebalance your doshas, or can you even change your dosha? Or are you kind of stuck with the one you're born with?
There's, so like we come into this world with our true elemental constitution.
Yeah.
And then things happen in our life and it kind of moves away from that. And so it's nice to like know what it is. So it's like, oh, okay, this was my true state. I can come back into balance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what types of methods or practices would you use to bring yourself back?
Which ones would I recommend for people to do? Just to...
Well, that too, but also like in general, I guess, is it a matter of like eating different things, thinking different things? What are those things that you would do to rebalance yourself?
Yeah, I mean, both of those for sure. It's like how we eat.
Who knew? I already knew.
You did. How we eat, what we're eating can affect it, how our minds are operating, what state, the state of our mind, the state of our spirit, how we're living our life, our lifestyle choices, the people we're around. Yeah. Okay. The emotions we choose or sometimes not have control over, but that are affecting our life. Yeah, they can all change. Okay. Our constitution.
Yeah, I mean, we have a certain level of control over our emotions, even though we might feel them. It's how we react on them or act on them, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to what you were saying about recommending. What are some of the, like a couple things you would recommend that are, I don't want to say easy, but like, what's a couple of things that are like efficient for people to do in like the busy day-to-day lives they're living these days?
I would say in our common lifestyle that we live here is moving, like most people started drinking like cold water or iced drinks, but that's a no-no for most people for most of the year living in Edmonton.
I drink hot water all the time.
Hot water, yes, or boiled water at least. Like you boil your water, you can let it cool down, and then you can sip on it. If you don't like it hot, that's fine. Just boil your water. Don't drink cold water. Don't put ice in it. Like that's just not good. And I know that's just so common because everyone carries around their Stanley cups, right? And they fill it with ice, and then they put, yes. And so, unfortunately,
we have an audience behind the camera that are like, oh my God.
Ice water is a no. So
sorry, guys.
So if you can, boil your water, drink it at room temp, or drink it hot if that's suitable for your constitution. So that's a big one. The other one is limit raw food unless you're someone who can digest it quite well. Mm-hmm. But I think most people now, we like eat way too many salads. Like that's just a common thing to have a salad for lunch or something like that. But preferably cooked foods. Yeah. As much as we can, especially where we live. We live in Edmonton.
You just took away the two things that people are doing, like on the daily.
And everyone thinks
cold water and salad.
Yes. And it's like, they're like, I'm being healthy because I'm drinking water instead of pop or juice or whatever else, right? And so like, this is good. And I'm having a salad because that's healthy because it's not something maybe deep fried or cooked in oil or something like that. But from an Ayurvedic standpoint, those are actually not healthy habits because they can throw things off in your body. So those are two.
Yeah.
I don't know how much people want, but those are two big ones that we can like just think about in our life. Just reconsider.
And they're easy fixes or easy changes to make. So kind of taking us back to like our childhood days and our upbringing, I mentioned a couple things like pouring oil on the head and in the ear. What are some other things other practices that you grew up with that you can think back to?
You know what? It's not practices. It's things that my parents would say. And I was like, why are they saying this? Like, they'd be like, don't walk on cold floors. You can get arthritis. And you're like, what does that have to do with arthritis? That doesn't really make sense. Yeah. Or like, don't go outside with wet hair or don't wash your hair at night. And or like, don't go to sleep with wet hair. Like, what? Like, what else? Those are like the ones that like really come to mind right now. But it's funny, but it's like, okay, now that I've been studying Ayurveda, I understand like the cold floors is introducing cold into your body. That causes a lot of issues. So from like uterine health issues and for your reproductive tissues and then also for your joints. And so maybe we shouldn't have been walking on cold floors barefoot because but now I know better.
And then the other example you gave was you said walking barefoot and
the cold washing your hair at night. Or going outside with wet hair or going to bed with wet hair.
So what is the reason behind saying that?
It's introducing cold into the head. And then that'll like dampen up our sinuses, and so then maybe if you do that, you're going to wake up with blocked sinuses. Maybe you feel like a cold is starting to come on, and it's because we've added cold into this area. And now there's a cold coming on.
That's so true because my mom would always say to me, "Bija bhar leke bhare nahi jana," and anytime I do, even to this day, I will get a cold. Within like the next couple hours, I'm sniffling.
You feel it.
So makes a lot of sense.
They knew what they were talking about. We just didn't believe them, but Well,
I mean, I wouldn't say we didn't believe them.
I don't know. The arthritis thing I just never understood, but now it makes so much more sense.
I think back then we were like always thirsty to know why.
And we never got an explanation on the why. I think that was it.
I think we were and still are okay with being told like you should do this, you shouldn't do that. But when it's not backed up by reasoning, then it's like, well, they're just being silly. Like, why are they asking me to do this? So
it's funny because now I actually want them to say all those things because I was like, then I can figure out the reason behind it. I want to hear those things again.
Well, so maybe we should make a call out to all the fathers, mothers, and grandfathers and grandmothers who might be watching, and if you guys can think of these other little, quirks and little sayings that
and you want to know the reason
common
behind it.
Yeah, let us know if you guys can think of anything else, and maybe Irene will come back for another visit and another interview, and we can talk about some more things.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll do a Q&A.
Yeah. Yes, that's a great idea. Q&A.
Yeah.
Anyone down for that? Please share your comments, and just in general, feel free to provide your feedback. This has been a great conversation.
Yeah.
Is there anything more we want to explore?
Are we gonna suggest things for the Fijian community? Because I can even think of some right off the bat for sure. Health things. Other than the salads and the cold water, which is applying to most people. But I feel like in the Fijian community, we eat a lot of tomatoes and potatoes.
Yes.
And chilies, and that's just again, if we can just make that more of a treat and not every day and maybe for every meal. That's just some stuff that you can just think about and maybe slowly. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot again because now I want to know why.
The tomatoes can be quite heating.
Okay.
And same with the mircha, the chilies can be quite heating. And so think of how many people have digestive issues, right? And
your girl right here.
Yes, and sometimes we don't want that extra fire sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you might need a little bit of it, but you can get it through other spices that we put on our foods. So you don't have to add the tomatoes and you don't have to add the mircha. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Does spinach belong in that category? Onion, because I feel like that's very fiery too.
It does, but it's not as bad
as potent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's going to shock people if they can't even have that. Yeah. But so just maybe less tomatoes. Mircha, and then maybe not potatoes every day.
And what's wrong? I love potatoes. What's wrong with potatoes?
It's just, it can be very drying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just, again, we live in Edmonton, which is a very dry place.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's dry, and then in the winter, fall and winter, it's just a dry time of year, and so we just don't want to keep adding more dryness into the body, right? Because we always want the body to be in a state of balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we've taken some things away. So what are some good things to add into the diet?
The good thing is it's nice to have spices. It's good to... Yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing is we grew up with spices, right? Mm-hmm. So we don't have a problem trying to add these things in. So that's always good. Again, sometimes we are used to having some hot drinks in the day, we grew up having tea, and so at least people are having that, and that's always good. Just maybe not milky tea all the time. That's just something to keep in mind.
More just herbal based.
Just more, yes. Yeah. Maybe just,
So
just
pretty much
just
flavored hot water.
Just lalcha sometimes and not, Yeah. And maybe just not, sometimes Fijians like to eat a lot of either too much meat or maybe too much carbs. So they'll have a big serving of rice and then a few rotis and then the vegetables will be a small portion. And so maybe just thinking of changing portion sizes of some of the things that we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's that saying? The more colorful your plate is, the health or the more beneficial it is for you. More nutrition, more.
Get some variety.
Okay.
Try things out.
Yeah, that all makes sense. So the Panchmahabhutas, doshas, are there other kind of key facets or components of Ayurveda? Or are those kind of the big two?
I feel like those are the big two for someone who's just learning about it. Mm-hmm. So it just makes so much more sense if you just learn those two.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll share a quiz with you that, if anybody's reading the comment section or on the notes, you can just add that in. And so people
that'd
can
be great.
Oh, I'm curious. And what's my constitution?
I'm going to take that quiz.
Yeah.
I don't
want to know a little bit more about my type and why I am the way I am. And
Why didn't I do that sooner?
I know.
I've even come to you for treatments.
Yes.
Never thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get you that quiz so you can take it.
And I'll share it with on the page on the post so that other people can take it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually a great segue into I guess our closing, our wrap up. So as mentioned in the beginning, Irene is an Ayurvedic practitioner. So I will also include the details of her Instagram page and website in the description. If you're interested in getting in touch with her, you can reach out. I have gone to Irene for, I forget what the treatment was, but it was like a whole...
The Abhyanga?
Yes.
Yeah. Which is the full body oil massage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely wonderful, very peaceful, very calming. So I would highly recommend it. And thank you once again, Irene. Like I said, the very first interview, so I don't think it could have been a better combination of people, me and you.
Yes, I know. Trying to make this happen.
Yeah. So, going from running around in the backyards to where we are now. So it's really nice to see you practicing what you love, and you're so great at it, so knowledgeable, and hopefully we can do this again in the future.
Yes. Thank you, Neely.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you again in the next post.